At this very second, a silent force is building your entire future. It is not your degree. It is not where you came from. It is not even your past mistakes. It is something much more powerful that most people never notice. Inside your head, thousands of thoughts flow every single day. Most people think these are just random background noises, but they are wrong. These thoughts are actually sculpting your physical reality. They are rewiring the physical structure of your brain. You do not just have thoughts. Your thoughts have you. They are programming your subconscious mind every moment. They shape your beliefs about what you can achieve. They determine the world you see and the person you become. This is not just about staying positive. This is about the hard science of how your brain functions. Every single thought strengthens a specific path in your mind. Every belief you hold acts as a filter for your life. If you repeat a mental pattern, it becomes automatic. Eventually, that pattern becomes your identity. You are literally becoming what you think right now. Most people are stuck on autopilot. They think the same limiting thoughts they thought yesterday. They wonder why their life stays exactly the same. But a powerful truth exists. When you change your thinking, you change your brain. When you change your brain, you change your entire life. You are about to learn how to be the architect of your own mind. Welcome to Elite Summaries. If you want to master your mind and unlock your full potential, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We dive deep into the best ideas to help you grow every single day. Why do some people find success so easily? Why do some people radiate confidence while others struggle? The answer is not luck. It is not talent. It is the hidden architecture of thought beneath the surface. There is an invisible force shaping every part of your experience. It tells you what to notice and what to ignore. It tells you what is possible and what is a dream. These are your automatic mental programs. Your conscious mind can only handle a tiny bit of information. The rest is handled by your subconscious screening system. This system decides what deserves your focus. But this filter is not neutral. It operates based on your current beliefs. If you focus on problems, your mind will find more problems. If you focus on opportunities, your mind will find them everywhere. Two people can walk down the very same street. One sees only closed shops and traffic. The other sees new businesses and potential. They are on the same street, but in two different worlds. Your thoughts are the invisible builders of your reality. Every thought is a vote for the person you want to become. Over time, these thoughts turn into solid beliefs. These beliefs become the lens through which you see the world. Most people are unaware that this is happening. They let their mind run on autopilot. They wake up and replay the same worries. They reinforce the same doubts. But you can interrupt this cycle. You can become conscious of the thoughts that shape you. You can choose new ones on purpose. Your brain is not a fixed object. It is constantly changing and rewiring. This is called neuroplasticity. This means change is always possible. The thoughts you think today build your brain for tomorrow. You are currently running programs you never chose. These programs decide how you see yourself. They decide how you react to stress. They were installed by your parents and your environment. This happened long before you could even think for yourself. Most people live their whole lives controlled by these old scripts. Think of your mind like a computer. It came with pre-installed software. Some of it is helpful. Some of it is outdated and slow. On a computer, you can see the programs. In your mind, they are hidden in the background. From the moment you were born, you were a sponge. You absorbed the emotions and limits of the people around you. You learned rules about money and relationships. You learned what you were supposedly good at or bad at. These statements became your self-concept. You also learned by watching. If you saw adults struggle, you learned that life is a struggle. If you saw people playing small, you learned to play small. By the time you were an adult, your mind was full of these scripts. Many of them do not belong to you. They are based on the fears of other people. Most people never question these patterns. They think their fears are just part of their personality. They do not realize these are learned habits. Some people have a deep fear of success. Subconsciously, they think success is dangerous. This program sabotages them every time they get close to a win. Others feel they must earn love through perfection. This leads to burnout and a constant need for approval. These programs feel true because you have thought them for so long. Positive thinking alone will not fix this. You cannot run new software on a broken system. Real change requires going deeper. You must identify these old programs. You must question if they are actually true. You must realize you are not your programming. You are the observer who can change the code. Every program in your mind can be rewritten. For a long time, science thought the brain was fixed. They thought after a certain age, you could not change. They were wrong. Neuroplasticity proved that the brain is always evolving. It creates new pathways based on your thoughts. Your brain is more like a garden than a machine. It grows based on what you plant and water. Every thought is a seed. Every repetition is like water. Right now, your brain is changing. New connections are forming as you listen. The question is if your brain will change by design or by default. Each thought creates electrical activity. Repeated thoughts make these paths stronger and wider. It is like walking through a grassy field. The first time is hard, but if you walk the same path every day, a trail appears. Your old thoughts are deep trails. They pull you back into familiar territory. To change, you must build new trails. This requires 3 things: repetition, emotion, and focus. Repetition is the base. Your brain gets better at what you practice. If you practice fear, you get better at being afraid. If you practice confidence, you get better at being bold. But repetition needs emotion to work fast. Your brain remembers things that feel intense. This is why trauma sticks so easily. You can use this for good. Combine a new thought with excitement or gratitude. This makes the new path form much faster. You also need focused attention. Mindless repetition does not work well. You must be fully present. You must concentrate on the new pattern.
Scientists have seen this in action.
Stroke patients have rewired their brains to walk again. Musicians change the physical structure of their brains through practice. You can use these same rules to rewire for abundance. You can think your way into a new identity. When you think like the person you want to be, your brain follows. This is why visualization works. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a vivid dream and reality. When you imagine success, the same neural paths fire. You are practicing being the new you. You do not just have an identity, you are building it every day. Most people think their personality is set in stone, but your identity is a construction. You have a story about who you are. This story includes your limits and your worth. These labels feel like facts, but they are just mental habits. You can think yourself into a new person. This is called identity-based thinking. You stop thinking about what you want to be. You start thinking from the perspective of who you are becoming. Do not say you want to be confident. Say you are confident. Ask what a confident person would do right now. This shift is very powerful. It trains your brain to see through new eyes. Eventually, the new way of thinking feels natural. Imagine someone who says they are not a morning person. They hit snooze and feel behind all day. They keep telling everyone they hate mornings. This reinforces the old identity. But if they decide to be a morning person, things change. They visualize waking up with energy. They make decisions that support that new self. At first, it feels fake. The old paths are still strong. But with practice, the new identity takes over. They start to actually feel energized. This works for any part of your life. You can decide to be disciplined or creative. Identity is not something you find. It is something you decide. Successful people know this. They do not wait for success to feel successful. They think like a winner first. Then the results follow. Most people fail because they try to change results without changing themselves. Your life will always match your internal map. You do not need permission to start. You can act from your new identity this very second. There is an invisible prison in your mind. It has no walls, but it keeps you trapped. This prison is made of limiting beliefs. Most people mistake these walls for reality. Every time you say you can't, you add a bar to the cage. These limits feel real because you have lived with them forever. But many of them are just old stories. You might have dreams you gave up on. You think they are unrealistic. But is that a fact or just a thought you repeated? In this mental jail, the prisoner is also the guard. You police your own dreams. You talk yourself out of chances before anyone else does. This prison is built from childhood messages. You heard that money is hard to get. You saw people playing it safe. These messages turned into invisible barriers. They stop you from even thinking about a better life. But these beliefs are not facts. They are just thoughts that feel true. You hold the key to the door. The first step is to notice the bars. Listen to your inner voice. Notice when it says you are not qualified. Notice when it says things never work out for you. These are not words of wisdom. They are just old programs. Your mind wants to keep you safe and comfortable. It hates the unknown. Once you find a limiting belief, challenge it. Ask if it is actually true right now. Most limits fall apart when you look at them closely. They are usually based on old data. You must replace the old belief with a new one. Do not just leave a hole. If you think you are not smart enough, replace it with a focus on learning. Make the new belief feel real with your emotions. Use mental rehearsal to see yourself succeeding. Your brain will start to accept freedom as the new normal. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them. This shift is true freedom. You are the gatekeeper. You do not have to believe everything your mind says. The walls were never real. Every moment is a choice. You decide which thoughts to keep and which to toss. Most people treat thoughts like the weather. They think they have no control. But you are the master of your mind. You generate thousands of ideas every day. Some help you grow. Others keep you stuck. The difference between success and failure is thought selection. Think of your mind as a garden. You will find both flowers and weeds. The flowers are thoughts that empower you. The weeds are thoughts that limit you. A good gardener does not get mad at the weeds. They just pull them out. They focus on the flowers. You must develop awareness. Most thinking is unconscious. You must learn to step back and observe. This is called metacognition. When a bad thought pops up, do not just believe it. Ask if it is helpful. Ask if it is true. Do not fight the thought. Fighting makes it stronger. Just acknowledge it and change the channel. It is like a radio. You do not destroy the station you dislike. You just tune into a different frequency. If you think you are not good enough, switch to a thought about growth. You are not denying reality, you are choosing focus. You need a clear vision of your future self to do this. This makes it easy to see which thoughts fit that vision. This takes patience. Your mind will resist at first. It likes the old automatic ways, but every time you choose a better thought, you get stronger. Over time, your mind will naturally find the good thoughts. You are the boss of your consciousness. Your mind has an operating system. It was installed long ago. It controls how you react to everything. For most people, this software is out of date. It was made for a version of you that no longer exists. An old system limits your growth. It sabotages you when you try to do something big. You must upgrade your mental software. Most of what you do is automatic. These programs were built by repetition and emotion. You can replace them the same way. Find the core programs that run your life. Do you always feel anxious in new places? That is a program. Do you always wait until the last minute? That is a program. To rewrite them, use mental rehearsal. Imagine yourself acting in a new way. See yourself being calm and confident. Do this every day with intense emotion. Your brain will start to think this is the new reality. Use affirmations correctly. Do not just say words. Feel them. Use I am statements. This targets your identity. I am successful is better than I will be successful. Also, look at your environment. Your mind is shaped by what you see and hear. Read books by people who have the life you want. Listen to things that lift you up. Surround yourself with high-level thinkers. Your mind learns by watching others. Break old patterns by stopping them in the moment. When you catch an old thought, pause. Choose a new response. This weakens the old path and builds the new one. Change happens slowly at first, then all at once. There is a tipping point. One day, the new way will just be who you are. Peak performance is a mental game. Elite athletes know this. They condition their minds like they condition their bodies. You can do the same for success. Mental conditioning is a systematic practice. It is not just about being happy. It is about training your mind to work at a high level. Your mind responds to training. If you neglect a skill, it gets weak. If you practice it, it gets strong. You can train yourself to think like a champion. Start with clear intentions. Know exactly what quality you want to build. Do not just say you want to be better. Say you want to be bold in meetings. Say you want to be focused for 3 hours. Then create exercises for those goals. Use visualization every morning. See yourself performing at your best. Treat this like a workout. Be consistent. You cannot get fit by going to the gym once. You cannot get a strong mind by practicing once. Regulation of your emotions is also key. Learn to choose your state. Do not let outside events ruin your mood. You can train yourself to be excited by a challenge. You can stay calm under pressure. These are not traits you are born with. They are skills you build. Develop resilience. Learn to bounce back from failure. See every setback as a lesson. This is called reframing. Train your mind to enter the zone on command. Use triggers like a specific breath or a phrase. Practice these when you are already feeling good. Then they will work when you are stressed. Every thought is conditioning you for either limits or excellence. Most of your thoughts are habits. They happen without you trying. This is efficient for the brain, but bad for your growth. Automatic thinking is a mental shortcut. It keeps you stuck in the past. A trigger leads to a thought, then an emotion, then an action. This loop reinforces itself. You must break this cycle with awareness. Learn to watch your thoughts as they arise. This is mindfulness. Create a space between you and your thoughts. Do not believe every thought just because it appeared. Automatic thoughts feel urgent. Conscious thoughts feel calm. When you notice an automatic thought, ask where it came from. Is it helpful? This pause is where your power lives. You can then choose a better thought. Replace the old habit with a new one. If you think you always mess up, consciously choose to see yourself as a learner. Use the stop technique. When a bad thought starts, mentally shout, "Stop!" Then move your focus to something else. Change your physical position. Take a deep breath. This breaks the automatic flow. You are the witness of your mind. You do not have to follow every impulse. This takes time to master. Your mind will try to go back to the old ways, but every conscious choice builds your power. Your goal is to make excellence your new automatic setting. Do not ignore the power of a single thought. Every thought has a compound effect. It builds momentum. One thought leads to another. This rewires your brain over time. Small changes lead to massive results. It is like interest on money. Each repetition makes the path stronger. This influences your feelings and your actions. One thought repeated enough can change your whole life. This works for good and bad. Negative thoughts spiral down. Positive thoughts build up. You do not need a total change overnight. You just need small, daily improvements. One better thought every day changes your future trajectory. There is no neutral ground. You are either growing or shrinking. Guard your mental space. The most successful people are careful about what they think. They know it is an investment. Focus on areas like your self-image and your future vision. If you change your story about money, your actions will follow. You will seek more knowledge. You will make better choices. Eventually, your whole financial life changes. Combine this with intense emotion for faster results. Be patient. Compound interest is slow at first, then it explodes. You might not see a change in a week, but in a year, you will be a different person. It is never too late to start. You can begin the positive spiral right now. There is a protocol for creating your reality. Your outer world will eventually mirror your inner world. This is a practical system. First is mental design. Create a clear blueprint. You must envision what you want in detail. Do not just set goals, experience the reality in your mind. See who you are and how you feel. Your subconscious needs these instructions. Second is neural installation. Program your brain through daily visualization. Do this when you are most receptive, like early morning. Feel the emotions of having already achieved your dream. Third is identity alignment. Act as the person who already has what you want. Do not wait for success to be confident. Be confident now. This changes your behavior immediately. Fourth is reality bridging. Take physical steps toward your goal. These actions are guided by your new self. It takes courage to act before you are ready. Fifth is momentum acceleration. As you see small wins, use them to fuel your fire. Stay focused on the vision, even if the world hasn't caught up yet. Finally, reality stabilization. The new way becomes your default life. You have proven the process works. Your past thinking made your current life. Your current thinking is making your future. Master the inner game. Success is 90% mental. You cannot perform better than your internal programming allows. Most people focus on the outer game. They learn skills and techniques. But the inner game is what matters under pressure. It is about emotional control and resilience. Understand that emotions are just information. They are not commands. You can feel fear and still move forward. Build mental toughness. Put yourself in hard spots and practice staying calm. Master your internal dialogue. Become your own coach. Stop the self-criticism.
Use visualization to rehearse excellence. Aim for state independence. Do not let other people's actions change your mood. Your state is your responsibility. Use setbacks to grow. This is post-traumatic growth. The ultimate goal is the zone. This is where everything feels easy and you perform your best. You can reach this through practice. You can speed up your growth. Use the transformation accelerator. This involves state-dependent learning. You change fastest when you are in a high-energy state. Do your mental work when you feel great. Use pattern stacking. Change your identity, your habits, and your vision all at once. They will help each other. Use emotional amplification. Make your visualizations very intense. This carves the new paths faster.
Use future pulling. Make your vision so bright it pulls you toward it. Keep a record of your progress. Collect evidence that it is working. This convinces your brain that change is real. Dissolve your internal resistance. Understand why you are afraid and talk to that part of yourself. Optimize your environment. Make sure everything around you supports the new you. Eventually, you reach identity momentum. You don't have to try anymore. You just are. The most powerful tool is living from your future self. Do not live from your past. Most people make choices based on yesterday. You must make choices based on tomorrow. Ask how the evolved version of you would act. Act from that wisdom now. Your future self is you without the limits. Connect with this version of you in meditation. See them as a mentor. They have already solved your problems. Shift your perspective. Look at your current stress from a year in the future. It will seem small. Your future self knows the struggle is temporary. Embody their energy today. Move and speak with their confidence. This is not faking it. It is accessing your true potential. Make decisions from abundance, not fear. Your future self chooses growth over comfort. Timeline integration happens when the gap between now and then disappears. You are that person now. Everything changes this moment. The old you can end right here. You become what you think. This is the law of your mind. Your thoughts are the architects of your future. Every choice from now on is a vote for the new you. You do not need permission. You just need to decide. Upgrade your software. Master your focus. Live as the person you are meant to be. The tools are in your hands. The power is in your mind. The new you starts now.